So guys, today I got for you a top 10 list of the most popular and complimented perfumes from my collection in 2024. So keep on watching to find out more about them and check out the description box for all the health information. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as feel free to subscribe to my channel. And once you're done with that, we can get started. So hello and welcome everyone to today's roundup of the most reacted to perfumes in my collection this year. Let me know which perfumes brought you most compliments in 2024, and I want to get started with something very easygoing and fresh. This is Valaya from Parfums de Marly that I had on my wish list for a while, and I was so happy to get it because this is a very versatile fragrance. It is on the cool side, smelling of clean fruits, florals and musk. That's for I like to wear it more into the formal setting like work or when it is really hot outside, just because the fruitiness is here. It's very crisp, it is not too sweet, and I find it's such an elegant fragrance and men love it. Men at work always compliment me on it. It performs really well, being a freshie and kind of floral and not overly strong. I feel like it lasts long and it is noticeable. So it's not one of those complicated perfumes at all. It's a no-brainer, but of great quality, and it is very mass appealing. It is attractive for men, but not in a sexy way. So if you don't want to smell pretentious, but at the same time very appealing, and yeah, you want attention from men, then check out this fragrance. It's really good and it is very wearable. You can wear it to many different occasions. Just as the next fragrance, this is my personal love, and I'm so happy that people enjoy Mellow by SORADORA, because this is that soft, powdery, slightly sweet and definitely musky fragrance with a twist of sourish raspberry. There is a little bit of pink pepper for the tingle, and of course heliotrope with violet, almond and musk, which stand for the bold, powdery accord in here. That is once again more on the cool side. So this is definitely one of the fragrances that brings me compliments on the everyday basis. Anytime I wear it, I feel it's so classy that people miss fragrances like this. Think about Insolence from Guerlain. That is such an ultimate classic and soft epitome of femininity to me personally, and raspberry in here really brings it to another level. It is playful, but at the same time very chic. Men and women love it. I wear it to work, I wear it to different occasions. It is very elevated, but at the same time super chic, and some people actually bought it because of me. You can get it from their official website with my discount, just in case you're interested in it, and I highly recommend you this fragrance if you love violet and raspberry. That combination is fantastic in there. So now let's talk about some affordable compliment getters. I was surprised that Amber Fever from Zara's Amber collection, which in my personal opinion the best collection that they launched last year, is like a massive magnet for compliments. So oh yeah, it is glowing, it is powdery, it is so good, you guys. It's not too like of a classic amber. There is something a little bit dirty and mysterious going on. Some people compare it to Baby Cat from YSL. I would say it is similar to that, being like a darker vanilla with the amber hint, but I feel this is not as smoky. That's for, it is just easy to pull it off on the everyday basis, and there is something blurred in that too. It smells a little bit powdery, but like in this nice, moist, not too dusty, heavy way, if you know what I'm talking about. So this is a great perfume if you're going out somewhere and you want to, you know, make an impression on people. I've been wearing it along or mixed with other perfumes, and I find it just elevates everything. It pushes, it brings out the best out of each fragrance, but it's perfect on its own. So this is like your bougie on a budget type of compliment getting perfume, and I highly recommend you to check out this entire Amber collection because it is fantastic. There are so many other great fragrances in it, but for some strange reason people react best to this one, and I find, yeah, it is very creative, and probably because it is gourmandish and people love gourmands, love vanilla. It's sort of like an aphrodisiac that lifts the mood, that is very comforting. They like this one best, so don't sleep on that one. Zara tends to discontinue some of their best perfumes, but in case you are into gourmands anyway and you're looking for something that would be a little bit more realistic and edible type of a sweet fragrance, Lactonic has been so popular last year, and I've just created a video in which I've spoken about this gourmand trend. I don't think it is going anywhere anytime soon, so let me know how you feel about true, sweet, delicious, edible fragrances that make you smell like a snack, because that seems to be what everyone is seeking these days. Anyway, I wanted to mention this bargain from Fantasy Community Perfumes. If you're in the States, this is a must-try brand for you. They've just launched a fantastic collection, and I want to point out condensed milk and nutty cookie from it, because it is that lactonic, coconutty, creamy, milky type of a fragrance that is similar, and I'm just saying similar, it's not like a straight up dupe for extremely popular, and I know you know what I mean, Bianco Latte, because I feel that perfume set the trend for the lactonic and creamy fragrances in the perfumery. But in here we have less of that thick caramel, and it smells true of condensed milk, extremely inviting. It's perfect if you have some guests coming over to your place, because it just creates this homey, amazing atmosphere. It smells of all delicious things. It might remind you of your childhood, probably. That's why everyone who hugs me when I'm wearing, they're like, oh, what you wearing? It smells like a hug, and it leaves like this nice trail, and sometimes people smell this perfume even on them, which stands for the great quality of this fragrance, which is so affordable that don't sleep on it. It's fantastic, and the entire collection is great, but I wanted to point out that one. Alrighty guys, I feel like 2024 was definitely not only the year of gourmands but also of Arab fragrances, and those have been hits or misses for me personally. I want to point out Hibiscus Magic from the Artisan Perfume collection, because this one is phenomenal. Not only people love it, I do love it too. It is very strong, but it is not crossing the border, being overwhelming, and I like contrast in here. It is juicy, it is very sweet too, it is slightly powdery, there is even something dark, almost dirty, but like in a nice sexy way, leathery in the background, but in the opening there is just this crispness, juiciness, almost tartness of fruits mixed with sweet rose. This is such a massive compliment getter if you're going to a crowded place where you want to stand out with your perfume and not be lost among so many other fragrances. Arabs are usually stronger, they might fill in the room, and I know that that disturbs some people, and I totally get that, but this fragrance is not like, you know, an overwhelming perfume that will give you headache. It is phenomenal. It is very similar to Hibiscus Majahad, if I'm not wrong, but it is definitely way more budget-friendly option, and I highly recommend you this one, because when I'm going to a party or, you know, just like a crowded place, people always ask me about this fragrance. They tell me that I smell like a candy. I don't always agree, but I take that. So another massive compliment getter from my collection has been Blonde Purple by Perroy, which is a fruity composition that you've never smelled before, because this is the most tropical, amazing mango with the juicy blackcurrant and exotic, beautiful, luscious ylang-ylang blended into a smoothie that is kind of like a mood enchanter, because I love to wear it to classes because I want my students to like me, and they didn't even greet me first time I was wearing. They straight asked me about this fragrance, and I mean, they seem to be more motivated when I'm wearing this fragrance. This is like an aphrodisiac and very happy, euphoric fragrance that I started wearing in the colder weather, but I'm excited to pull it out next summer. Now let's talk about probably one of the most worn perfumes this year, and it is Song for a Queen, Roos&Roos. This perfume is just like me. It has been one of my signature scents this year. I literally keep it by the door, and anytime I go out, I apply a little bit or a lot of this very powdery perfume. It is definitely very warm, and it has extreme sillage, like projection on this perfume and the sillage and like this, you know, like powdered, almost like, yeah, if you took flowers, you dry them, and then you crush them into the powder and added some vanilla paste to them. It's sort of like it smells. There is heliotrope, orange blossom, some woods, musk, vanilla, and benzoin, which is funny because this is the note I figure out that doesn't work for me, and I've just featured in the video where I mentioned perfumes that make me sick, but this is the only or one of a very few perfumes with benzoin, which is this sweet ball that flatten perfumes for me, but strangely enough it works. And this warmness, my gosh, sometimes like I forget that I wear just because I'm getting used to this fragrance, since it is one of the most worn perfumes in my collection, literally, like I wear it almost every day, and I forget that I have it on. And then like by the end of the day, when I can't smell myself, like I can't smell my perfume, people tell me like, you smell amazing, and they react to this fragrance as if I've just sprayed it. So that impresses me. That's the quality, but it is on the, you know, heavier side. You need to love powdery perfumes in order to appreciate it, and it is so good if you do. So I highly recommend you to check it out, and you can get it with my discount just in case you're interested in it. But now let's talk about the fragrance that I get asked about, and it is so funny that I've already featured Prada's Paradox Intense fragrance in so many of my videos, including the one in which I spoke about perfumes that make me feel bad physically, because this fragrance is so polarizing to me personally. I had a sample I liked and hated, but then I decided to get it. In case you missed the video why, check out a few previous ones. But you guys, I will spray it on myself because, oh my god, the opening, it's amazing, it's juicy, it's interesting, but there is something so ambery, like not glowy vanilla amber, not Ambraxan amber, it's like a heavier, modern amber wood molecule that is so extremely pinching, like it is there, and it overwhelms the flowers, the juiciness, the vanilla, but once it calms down, my gosh. But anyway, this is a massive complimentary. The Trail, if you're looking for a very bold and strong designer perfume with character, I highly recommend you this one. It is very strong. You will get juicy and floral tones in here, but they are mixed with heavier amber wood and somehow sweet molecules. So that has been one of the most complimented perfumes at work, because that's where I'm mainly wearing to. And you guys, like this perfume, I can't even describe you how many positive comments it brought me. I went with people to the store, showed them this fragrance, and they bought it. I mean, like, I do enjoy the virtual flower flanker, but there is just something about Intense that, you know, sometimes something is bad but it's also good and you can't resist. It's very catchy, that's what I'm trying to say, and often I prefer that about perfumes than just being nice. Alrighty, now let's talk about heavy duty. This fragrance from room 1015, my gosh, where should I start? So first of all, this is Cherry Punk Extrait version. They have the Eau de Parfum, but I get most compliments for Extrait de Parfum. It is cherry, that is not lost cherry, but it is powdery waxy. We have dark leather in here, patchouli, tonka, mimosa, citron pepper, saffron, but that's not the point. The point is that it smells of a Vampy, powdery, waxy cherry lipstick, and that is so badass. I mean, like, when I want to channel my inner femme fatale, if you will, this is that fragrance I love to wear. Also, when I'm going out, on the outerwear at night, it is just so sexy, and that is exactly what people tell me. It is super sexy, it's a badass fragrance. If you want that mysterious energy, check it out, it's really good. Eau de Parfum is good as well, but there is just something about this one that is just a little bit more refined. Okay, so yeah, get it with my discount in case you're looking for a fragrance that will be sexy and mass appealing. But now on to the last or not least, one of the recent additions to my collection, and it might come as a surprise, but I wore it just a couple of times, and guys, I've gotten most compliments for this perfume. Like, Valaya, yeah, I get compliments from men. It's not every time, but I notice that just men love it. I do get a lot of compliments for Mellow because I wear it a lot. The same counts for Song for a Queen, or you know, like I wear some of these perfumes only to like certain occasions. I wore New Oriental Saffron by Boho Boko a couple of times, and anytime I wore it, everyone, and I mean like everyone, so listen to me, I wore it to our friend's party. I hugged people and they were like, you smell amazing, it's so good. And you know, I always do, but like the reaction, I saw that sparkle in their eyes. I came home and my grandma was like, I'm filming in the studio, and she lives in the next room, and she was like, Yana, you sprayed a fragrance today, and it was so intense. It has been smelling for hours as if you've just sprayed it. Then I get so many compliments for it. I'm telling you, I can smell it next day on my hair, and it is phenomenal. Actually, it's so funny because I do love it too. For me, it's a very spiced amber. It's so spicy that it is almost fizzy. I've been like wowed, you know, all the time smelling it on me. It evolves, it changes due to the fact that we have like an extreme mix of spices in here. It's literally like walking through the Oriental bazaar, and you're just like blown by how beautiful those spices and natural and fresh they look. So we have cardamom, some cloves, saffron, coriander, but also more exotic stuff like turmeric and cumin in there. There is ginger. Maybe it stands for that sparkling effect. I don't know. For me, it's like sweet, honeyed amber, woody with some definitely more like exotic and foreign floral hints. But for me, main focus is almost like on this boozy, spicy amber. And for the winter time, there is no better fragrance than this, especially for the compliments factor. My gosh, if you're interested in this perfume and you can tolerate spicy fragrances, I'm very picky with them, so it took me by surprise that I loved Boho Boko's Oriental Saffron so much, particularly because I'm not into saffron at all, but this is amazing and the compliment factor is great too, so highly recommend you that as well as the rest of the selection. But I would like to find out about your most popular perfumes, so let me know about those and stay tuned for more roundups of the year. I've already shared a couple of those, so check out the description box. There you'll also find more information like discounts and links where you can get some of these fragrances. Thank you so much for watching and your support, guys. Feel free to follow me on my social media, and if you enjoyed watching this episode, found it helpful, please give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and on that note, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned and smell good. We'll see you in the next one real soon. Bye guys.